Done.
Hang on. All right, almost there.
What were we talking about?
Jedi Academy.
Yeah. Let me actually bring something up while we're sitting here.
Yeah.
Academy game. Wow. That's so crazy. All right. Maybe I'm just a little too harsh on it.
Too harsh about what?
I'll talk about it here in a second.
Talk about all
the up and running. Once we have
talk about the rest of it. Half 14 half of it.
All right, Hotel Lumberjack over here.
Hey, man. How are you? How are you today? Good evening. All right, we're back. Goddamn fucking hotels. You'd think in a place like New York City, you'd have like really fast internet. It's 2018.
Actually, I would think the opposite.
It's 2018, motherfuckers.
Trash.
It's 2019. It's not 2018.
Mopar just. Oh, okay. All right, guys.
So back to Jedi Academy.
Jedi Academy. So
Yes.
I actually, while we were down, pulled up Jedi Academy on Google. I just wanted to see if there was any background information about it. It came out 2003. So we're talking KOTOR time. 2003.
That was the same. Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it's for the original Xbox and PC. But I know KOTOR has its bugs.
Yeah.
This is not KOTOR level.
No.
So, but I'm astonished. On Steam, it has a 9 out of 10. And Google users, 97% of people like this game. And I'm like, guys, there's a lot that I do actually really like. But wow. Because
so
I don't
crazy.
think let me search up KOTOR. Does KOTOR have a 9 out of 10?
You said 97% of Steam users?
No, Google users.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I was going to say Steam is like, that's even crazier because it's like people in the past like 6 years playing the old retro game and they still give it 97%. That's ridiculous.
Of the old Republic.
What up, Tommy Applesauce?
Actually, KOTOR doesn't have a rating on Google here. How weird. Yeah, I'm truly astonished. 9 out of 10 on Steam is still ridiculous for Jedi Knight Jedi Academy.
That's just ridiculous for a game in general. That's really high.
Yeah. It says genre, first-person shooter, third-person shooter, hack and slash. Because it's basically, it's first-person shooter until you whip out your lightsaber, and then it goes to third-person automatically. It's fun. I mean, I've been blowing through it. It seems like the missions are kind of broke up into sections.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it gives you like 5 missions you can do, and they're on different planets, blah, blah, blah. You do those 5 missions, and then you go back to the academy and talk to Kyle and Luke. Something else happens, and then you do 5 more missions. You go finish those, and then they finally... I think I'm on one of the last missions because I'm on Vader's castle with Kyle Katarn. So it's a very quick game. Like those missions, if you're good at the game and you know exactly what it is, you could probably blow through a mission in 5-10 minutes.
Wait, Vader had a castle back then too?
Yeah. I was actually, I didn't even know. See, I've been kind of just playing through it and not really 100% paying attention.
Right.
And I went to a save file. I saved because you have to save it so fucking often. And the save file was Vader's castle and then a timestamp. I was like,
wow.
Fuck.
Was it on
This is
Mustafar?
awesome. I don't think so.
Some random planet?
Yeah, because it's very like industrial.
It's very interesting how many things they are able to, or I should say willing to, take from Legends and like flip it a little bit and then put it back into a brand new comic or something for canon. It's crazy.
I like that though. It's
I do too. Yeah, it's interesting. They've been doing it a lot more than I ever anticipated though, which makes me think. And we've probably talked about this at some point. I don't remember, but like, is Bane going to pop back up for real? Is Revan going to pop back up for real at some point?
for real.
Yeah, for realities, for actualities. Speaking of save files, I've been playing Mass Effect. I love it. So good, but I keep forgetting to save.
It's the most frustrating thing that's ever created.
I lost like almost all of my Novaria progress because I forgot to save. Like I got all the way up to fighting the matriarch by the Rachni queen. I died in that battle, and then I went all the way back to before I even left the main platform to drive to the Rift station or whatever. Like I lost that much progress. So annoying.
It is. We've gotten to the point where everything like automatically saves. So even if you die, you're like maybe 2 minutes away from where it last saved.
Yeah.
I almost missed an entire mission.
Yeah.
Like I had to go back to when I landed on the fucking planet.
Well, even like especially I love Dark Souls. You can't go back to redo saves. It saves every like second. It saves all the time. So I'm not used to saving whatsoever. And especially like multiplayer games, you don't save at all either. So I'm just not used to it. So going back to a 2007 game, it's fucking annoying.
Yeah. I will admit. Oh, the other thing. So even like customization. Let me fold back into what we were talking about. The customization on the characters for Jedi Academy.
Yeah.
So not only can you choose different species and you can be male or female Rhodians, but when you go into it, they have like 3 or 4 preloaded heads that you can choose from too. Mm-hmm. So like even when I went into Plo Koon species, what is Plo Koon species?
It said it on there, and I didn't recognize it at first. Let me look it up.
But I went into Plo Koon species, and then obviously they all had different masks, but they were like very unique. I love it. That's one great thing about the game.
Yeah. Keldor. Like 2 separate words, Keldor.
The other thing I really do like was this is the first game that the lightsaber battles were really unique and fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think they perfected it in the game after this. What was it? Jedi Outcast. Because it's very similar in the motion, but it just looks a lot better in Outcast.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can like be in battle and then lock lightsabers, and then you have to like fight over who wins that lock. That's
sweet.
It's a cool aspect of the game.
That's awesome.
I just want to kind of take it back because I was shitting on the graphics of the game because they are shit. And the cutscenes, dude, Luke would be talking to you, and half the time his mouth doesn't even fucking open, and you're like,
I'm so used to that in Mass Effect though. Like there's glitches like that in those giant games. Same with Skyrim and Oblivion and stuff. Oblivion especially. So many glitches in that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck, what was I just gonna say? Oh, have you played the Old Republic, the online one? Have you ever played that?
I'm not gonna even say I did. Yeah. I started a character, and I don't even think I got up the training level or whatever it was. So
yeah, I think it was Titty Winkles in the chat has been playing. That's his name. It says it. I didn't make it up.
Wank?
I didn't make it up. Tank Wank. He's been playing the Old Republic, and I'm just like tempted to get an old PC or like a PC emulator. Not an emulator. What's it called? Like Boot Camp or something. Just to play it because I never have, and I've heard as far as like customization goes, picking like a role, picking a species and everything, like it's huge in the Old Republic.
Well, in the Old Republic.
SWTOR, but I ain't played it.
Pat Hastings, what up?
Pat Hastings, what up?
What's going on, man?
You dangle wangle.
Yeah, I guess I'm done with Jedi Academy. I haven't finished the game, but I think I started it Friday night before we went out or something like that. I swear I'm on the last level. You just can fucking fly through it. And some of the missions are so simple where like I crash landed on this planet. Literally I had to walk around this like just small area and pick up like 5 pieces of equipment, bring it back to my ship, and then that was the whole thing. I didn't fight a thing. The only thing I had to like there was like sandworms.
It's like a transport mission. You just pick something up and bring it back.
It was along those lines. Like I just had to not get eaten by the sandworms. They were like the Beetlejuice sandworms where they come up and gobble you up.
I haven't seen Beetlejuice in a long time. Long time. I almost said I've never seen Beetlejuice, but that's not true. Because I remember where they're singing that Jamaican song around like the dinner table or whatever.
Come, right? Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana.
Yeah, it's just been probably like 20 years since I've seen it. So, kind of do to watch it again.
Come, Mr. Portion Man, portion me my meat.
Jedi come and me wanna go home.
Jedi come and they take my child away because it's force sensitive.
Jedi fucking steal my child and they make him a serial killer.
My child goes on to create life. Oh man, if I had to give so far Jedi Academy an overall rating, I would personally still probably put it, and taking in the account that it's 2003 and it's for original Xbox.
Yeah. 17.
I'm gonna give it a 7 because I'm at the time, dude. You still had Halo out. Like it's not blowing my mind.
Yeah.
KOTOR was out.
And
Halo was
KOTOR,
out. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't by no means breaking boundaries on the game front. So
I'm over, just personally, I know you always do this for movies and shit. I'm over the out of 10 star ratings for things like that. I just can't do it. I'm not good at it. I feel like I liked it a lot at the time and I gave it a 9 or whatever, but it's not really worth a 9. I like our beer rating better for everything.
If it was a beer rating, it'd be difficult because I'd be bounced between 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I'd have to see how it ends up because I think Shinobi said you fight the ghost of Marco Ragnos or whoever that is.
Marcus Aurelius. I swear, I thought you were going to say like Marcus Aurelius.
I didn't say that.
I know, it was in my head. Does that ever happen? Where are you going? All right, guys, let me entertain you while Mopar's going. Oh, hey, everybody. So I've been in New York City. You can't really tell by the background. It probably just looks like lights. It's been okay. I have a hot and cold relationship with New York City. I like love and hate it because I can't fit in anything because everything was built in like 1920 when people were like a foot tall. But it is pretty cool. There's stuff everywhere. We've seen some comedy. There's bars everywhere, live shows, music, musicals. It's pretty cool.
One thing I was astounded at in New York City is like even in Manhattan, if you go out to a restaurant, it's not like packed. Like there's enough restaurants every block that it like dilutes it quite a bit. Because we always, when I travel, I always try to find like Irish pubs. That's like my go-to. First of all, they usually have decent beer.
Yeah.
Second of all, like the Irish pub food, I can get like shepherd's pie and just be legit on shit. Legit on shit.
Legit on some shit. I never had shepherd's pie.
Really? It's fucking great. And there's so many versions of it, which is the coolest thing. If you guys don't know what shepherd's pie is, I think it's like a Midwest, or no, I'm sorry, it's a northern thing. It's like a Canadian thing.
It's like chicken pot pie with like beef, right?
It's like chicken pot pie, but a lot of times instead of like a flaky top, like a croissant crust on top, they use mashed potatoes. There's a layer of mashed potatoes.
Oh yeah, we've gone over this once before. I remember you saying that.
Yeah, and usually like inside of it is a little more veggie and beef instead of like chicken and corn. Like a chicken pot pie has chicken, like corn, celery, and that sort of thing. Shepherd's pie is more beef, peas, celery, and a lot of seasoning.
I just want like beef, mashed potatoes, beef, mashed potatoes, beef, mashed potatoes, crust.
That does exist somewhere. One of my favorite shepherd's pie. We're going to be done with this. Is in is in Philadelphia.
How many people do you think? Oh, Star Wars podcast and Rogue Squadron. I used to read those Rogue Squadron books. Let me turn this shit on. It snowed in Ohio today. Unsubscribe. I'm done.
No, what happens is it's snowed in Ohio and they try to go unsubscribe, and then I talk about
shepherd's pie,
and they're like, "Wait, I like shepherd's pie."
Damn, nostalgia.
I wonder what they have to say. Where would they recommend? Oh, he said Philly. Okay, that's good.
Right, yeah. Well, let's go back to that Star Wars. Pat Hastings says last time 5 years of shepherd's pie and the weather and Metallica and nothing about Star Wars. Pat Hastings here says last time he was in New York City, he got drunk and lost from 12 to 4 a.m. trying to find somewhere to take a piss. That's almost what happened last night because like the two main subway lines that brought us back to where we were staying were closed because like overnight weekends there's construction, so they're closed. So luckily we had a local with us that knew how to navigate, but if he wasn't there, I honestly would have just been like, I'm lost. Time to take an Uber instead or drunkenly walk 3 miles home.
3 miles. All right, we said we were going to get into some other stuff here. Let's just briefly run over the Resistance half-season trailer here.
Yeah, I was going to say you mentioned it, and then we went into Jedi Academy shit. So
yeah, I was kind of just foreshadowing.
Oh.
So Resistance trailer, I just watched it. Very, very epic. I think that might be the word that it felt a lot less kiddish and a lot more shit's at stake.
Yup.
A lot more epic.
Yup.
The Resistance is starting to take control. They mentioned that there's more and more TIE fighters showing up every day. All of a sudden, there's stormtroopers, not just security guards, but stormtroopers showing up. And it's kind of like a transitional period of, and then they do the Hux.
Yes. The speech Hux, from episode 7. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So if we're seeing that,
yeah,
and that takes place in episode 7, and 8 is only like a day or two after or whatever. Like, I feel like if we see that in the trailer, and that's part of the show, like by season 2, we have to be past the timeline of episode 7 and 8, right? Wouldn't you think so?
They're probably right along with it. I think they're going to ride along with it. Yeah.
I guess we don't know what's going to happen in 9, but maybe this will be taking us between 8 and 9.
I don't know. I think it's going to sit right between 7 and 8. Because there's
that's like a 12-hour period.
That's true. It was just everything's going to happen while Rey's handing Luke the lightsaber. I think that's where we're going to live.
They're going to do it like 24, where it's just literally every episode is 1 hour of a 24-hour day. You ever seen that show?
No,
I haven't either, but that's what somebody said. That was like. So here's my initial reaction to this trailer. The trailer itself was dope, and my initial thought was like, if it's about the Resistance and Kaz joins the Resistance and their struggle with the First Order, like why couldn't we just start with all this cool epic shit? I just want to know why the first half of every animated series has to be slow and like kind of boring until we get in some real goodness. That was my first thought.
It's their episode 1. They're setting it up. They have to have that setup.
Episode 1 was awesome though.
Yeah, but it's a setup movie. It's a setting movie. Setting movie. They're building characters. Or this is Anakin. This is Obi-Wan. This is all of it.
No, I disagree.
You can't disagree.
If all of episode 1 was Anakin as a kid in his little town as a slave on Tatooine, then that would make sense.
Outside of Anakin and Obi-Wan, name one person that was in episode 1 that... Oh, I guess Yoda. I mean, you were setting up everything.
I'm just saying, like, Kaz is on the station getting into antics and everything. Like, the First Order's kind of in the background. And then it seems from this trailer like he's going balls deep. Like, he's talking to Leia. He's part of the Resistance, like, officially. We see Hux's speech, and shit is going down. I just wonder if it's going to be Resistance versus First Order as like the overall plot. Why do we have to have this little preamble with him like bumping around this station trying to be a race pilot?
Well, if you really want to know the truth,
I do want to know the truth.
Mopar feels.
Yes. Well, because you've only seen 2 episodes, you said, right?
I've only seen 2 episodes in this trailer.
Well, you're wrong about everything.
So, in my shaded Jedi dogmatic point of
reference, how do you feel about it?
I don't. Why do we have to do everything twice?
Yes. Good question.
Like, okay, stormtroopers are back again. That was 30 years ago. People are like, if someone came around and said, I'm Hitler, I'm going to try to take shit over, and everyone's like, oh, that's kind of new. Different. Why is Hitler here? Why are the Nazis here? Like, that's exactly what's happening in Resistance. Like, stormtroopers, I've heard of that before. Remember when they murdered everything? But they must be changed now. Like, why are stormtroopers still a thing?
I think like 25 years is a lot longer than people, or a lot shorter than people think.
Yeah.
Like if you think I'm saying that it makes sense that the stormtroopers are still around. Like if you think the Empire almost dies at 6, gradually phases out over like 5 years, and then the First Order builds back up, like a 20-year gap. I mean, it's not that long, especially in like terms of galactic time.
I guess from my point of view, or how I was reading it, was I assumed the stormtroopers and the Empire completely fell. And then like the First Order was a whole nother faction, and they said, "Oh, stormtroopers were a great idea. We'll just do that too."
All right. Well, the real reason, obviously, is because they had to make stormtroopers, X-wings, and TIE fighters in the movie for Episode 7 so that people would come see it again. That's the real reason.
Toys.
Yes, that's the real reason. Just to keep people tied to the original trilogy. I get that. It's fine. But I just mean, I think the First Order, well, Shinobi should be the one that chimes in and corrects us, but I think they're like an offshoot of Empire supporters that, as it was in its downfall, kind of went into hiding and like we're slowly rebuilding everything in quiet. I believe that's what happened.
I'm just waiting for Shinobi to be like, "You're all wrong."
And if that's not what happened, it should have happened. Hire me to write things, Disney.
I got my thought compartments and thinkings and happenings going on here. I mean, I'm not the smartest.
I'll gladly cancel all of my shield checks if you will hire me as a writer for Episode 9.
I still can't believe we've got nothing from Episode 9.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it. I like that we don't have anything. I do. I know we saw those few leaks. I didn't look at all of them. I looked at one of them, I think. There's a couple leaks because I think people found one of the sets. No, that was The Mandalorian. I'm thinking of something totally different. Never mind. I haven't seen anything.
All right. Sorry, I just stumbled across it was actually on StarWars.com.
Wait, do we have more thoughts on Resistance or no?
I don't. I mean, it's kind of hard for me to even say anything since I've only seen 2.5 episodes. So
you should watch. Just blaze through the rest of them.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to watch it online somehow, but figure it out. Sorry, and then where I was going with it. I mean, do you have any final thoughts? I don't care enough. I'd rather catch up on Rebels than get into Resistance, because at least Rebels I see Darth Vader.
This one I get to see Kylo Ren Shuttle and Phasma.
I do see Kylo
and Hux.
Ren.
See him in my dream. Adam Driver. All right. Yeah, final thoughts are, it looks like we're finally getting into good territory. I wish a show could start in that good territory from day one.
I take it back. I will say one major thing. The fact that we're only halfway through the first season and they're getting into this, I'm so fucking psyched. Because
that's a good point.
Clone Wars took 2.5 seasons to get anywhere.
Rebels took one whole season. So, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
so
I believe it. Yeah.
Basically, Commander needs to stop bitching about the biscuits. And
I hate Star Wars. I hate Star Wars. They don't start with the right things.
I might have to sit here and read through. Getting back to where I was, StarWars.com has a article replaying the classic Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy.
Nice.
And there's a small article, but it looks better on this. That's so weird.
They have mods and stuff, probably.
Maybe there's a updated version for 360 or something, because it looks a lot better on this.
No, I don't think those were ever for console.
Yeah, I played Outcast on console.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I swore they never were.
And here's the species here. Twi'lek, Zabrak, Human, Keldor, or Rodian. So there are 5 complete. I just wanted to wrap that up. So I just came across this.
Wait. I feel like the reason I didn't play them is because I was never really into PC games except for like Age of Empires, so I just never played them.
No,
if they were for Xbox. I feel like I would have. What the hell, man?
But that's what I'm looking at it. I wonder if the Xbox was a way dumbed down version, because it doesn't look like this. I'm telling you right now. Unless I'm looking at a different game, Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy.
That makes sense. Well, they may have mods and stuff too. That's one of the cool things about Steam is like, the OG Battlefront 2. If you get it on Steam and on Windows, you can put mods in there. You can play as Revan, Kit Fisto, Qui-Gon, all that stuff. Enhanced graphics and everything else.
Now Kerner's agreeing with you. Let me look it up. Jedi Outcast, Xbox.
Even if he's right about Outcasts, now that you mention Academy being on Xbox, I feel like maybe I did see a case of it somewhere.
I think maybe what happened was originally I think it was only for PC, and then like they retrofitted it or however you want to say that to Xbox, because I've played it on Xbox.
Oh, and then Kerner says Academy was 100% on Xbox. So yeah, that must be the confusion there. Yeah. Yeah.
No, what I'd like to do is actually, and maybe Shinobi can help us out. A good novel about Kyle Katarn, because the only Kyle Katarn stuff I have to base anything off of are these Jedi Knight games, video games. Is there anything like an audio game? Can we just listen to shit and decide the fates?
Is there a novel game I can play? Choose your own adventure. Have you watched that Bandersnatch yet?
No,
I haven't either.
What
are you giggling about? I was just curious because. Sorry, tangential. What are you talking about?
Have you ever stayed in a hotel room? Me neither.
Nope. They've never had bad internet ever. Pat says he's been playing Age of Empires since he was 5, since the original. Yeah, I really want to play those again. There's a new game called Tropico that's coming out, Tropico 6. And it's a similar type of deal where you have a bit of land with nothing on it. You have to build a civilization from scratch. I might get that since it's kind of brand new. It's like going back to Age of Empires might be tough.
Have you ever played Age of Mythology?
Yeah. I had that in college, I think.
Yeah, it's fucking legit.
They're all amazing.
Let me so you know how we were just amazed at Outcast being 96% liked. Age of Mythology 98%.
Really?
That game I remember because you can bring up the Titans.
Yeah. I remember that it was cool, but the fact that it was like Age of Empires times 20 because they had like gods and stuff, like was maybe a little over ridiculous, but it was still a solid game. I mean, I feel like we can't really top 2. Age of Empires 2, Conquerors was like, that's just like peak PC game.
I don't think it was peak, but yeah, that's a staple, easily a staple. And that's the one that like is timeless. You can go back to and play it, and just like StarCraft. So StarCraft was in early 90s.
Yeah.
I think that's a staple just because the game was just so simple. And then we got to Age of Empires, and it just kind of added quite a bit more, but it still was a simple game to play. Age of Mythology, yeah, I was super happy with it because, well, one, you choose a culture, I guess. Like you could be Egyptians or whatever, and then you'd have to the Egyptian gods. But even the minions or the battle people, that whatever you're going to create, I know like the Norse. Mm-hmm. If you chose the Norsemen, you could bring up like Yetis and shit.
I forgot about the Norse. Yeah,
it was fucking crazy. Like I there was like a frost giant that I could use.
I'm gonna have to go back and play that shit. I forgot about that. It's been a while.
Really fucking fun. Yeah. Instead of just having archers and people on horses, it was like frost giant against your like pharaoh god, and you're like, fucking go.
Dude, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun. And I forget how they actually like link in the gods. I think you have to like build temples, and you get like bonuses based on the temples that you built towards which gods.
Like because you could kind of like have an upgrade tree and go towards one certain god and get different things.
I think,
like if you want to go for Zeus versus like Hermes or something, you get different shit. Something like that. Yeah, that's I might have to play that. Pat here says Age of Empires 4 is coming out later this year. Damn. Might just have to. I know Weiss has been yelling at me behind the scenes, but I just might have to get a PC at some point. As much as I don't want to.
Behind the scenes, I just picture you out on the stage, and then you like say thank you, and as soon as you get behind the curtain, Weiss is like, "Fuck you, get this game."
Just peeking out from the side. Get a PC. That's all I hear from him. Yeah, one of these days.
One of those days.
One of them.
Age of Mythology. I think I own it. I think I have it on Steam.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out, man. When did Age of Empires come out versus StarCraft? They like the same time?
I would assume StarCraft's quite a bit earlier, maybe like 4 or 5 years.
I'm gonna debunk what you say.
Empires,
and I'll look up StarCraft.
Age of Empires was 1997.
Ooh,
I think that was 94. So maybe 3 years difference.
StarCraft was 98.
You're blowing my mind.
Yep. Yeah, I had a feeling that Age of Empires was first. Not first overall, but like the first big one.
No, that's good. Wow.
Speaking of, remember like Roller Coaster Tycoon? Shit was so fun. Oh my god. It was tough too. They made it really hard.
Oh yeah, I would have fuckers like pissed off because I only built one bathroom and it's up by the fucking front. And
the algorithms were so weird because I would like have the best rides ever, super clean park, 47 elephants walking around and entertaining everybody, and I would still have like a 50% park rating. Like, what's going on here? Why can't I win this game?
I'm sorry, I'm still struck. I'm starstruck, man. 1998. I kind of assumed StarCraft was quite a bit earlier. I guess it doesn't even make sense. 94, like people were still working on DOS and shit.
I know what you're thinking of. Warcraft was probably earlier.
No, it was StarCraft. I thought I had just played StarCraft for a longer period of time. I guess maybe is my point. 98. Cool.
No, it is right. Warcraft, the original one, is 94.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever played Warcraft though.
I haven't either. But yeah, it's a similar thing. It was just like orcs and humans and shit like that. And then they went to StarCraft.
Oh, is that? And they're both Blizzard?
Yeah. Well, because World of Warcraft, obviously. But first was Warcraft. It was the same kind of game. You build your civilization, then you go fuck people up.
Really?
Yeah. That was their first one.
Warcraft 2 was 95, and then Warcraft 3 was 2002. They jumped 7 years.
Yeah, they can milk those games, man. When you make a solid foundation, you can really just have those running for a long time. Obviously, we're still playing KOTOR. Obviously, we're still playing Mario.
Obviously, we're going back because there's no new good games. So,
God damn it. So, what do you think about? Like, are you excited in any way for Fallen Order, the new?
Oh, absolutely.
New Star Wars game.
Yeah,
I'm tentatively interested because, like, obviously that time period is very interesting. The fact that you're going to be like a Jedi on the run or like a just trying to survive and come out of Order 66 is a very intriguing like setting. I'm tentative on being optimistic about EA games after Battlefront 1 and 2.
What?
Yep.
What is your favorite EA game of all time?
I don't even know what that means, man. Mass Effect 3.
Mass Effect 3. Is that an EA game?
Yeah, they bought BioWare after 2, I think. Might have been after 1.
Interesting. Electronic Arts. That's crazy that they've been around for so long. I've played 007 Nightfire. Well, let's go through this.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, the GameCube one.
First of all, this is a hell of a fucking list. 007 games. We got Age Under Fire. From Russia with Love. Was that a sex game? What the fuck is happening?
That's one of the old Bond movies, you fuck.
007 Within My Legs and all of it.
That's why all the Austin Powers titles were always so ridiculous.
There's a lot of crap games though.
Oh yeah. Beetle Adventure Racing, remember that?
No. Army of Two, remember that?
Nope.
There's not a lot here. Batman Begins.
Well,
Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1's
nowadays EA is like owning things.
Whoa.
Publishing things, but they're not making the games.
The entire Battlefield series.
Yeah.
Is EA.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's made by DICE, obviously.
Then why is it under EA? I don't get that.
There's publishers and then there's developers. The publishers, like, they finance it. They put their
name on it.
They put their name on it.
They charge for more money.
They get it out. Yeah. I mean, it was like way more difficult back in the day because you had to obviously make more physical product than you do now when you can just download whatever you want. But yeah, there's like a group of developers and then the publisher who like put the game out there. So EA owns a bunch of studios. They bought BioWare after Mass Effect 1, obviously. So yeah, Mass Effect 3 is technically an EA game, I guess. If we're going to say favorite EA games, I'll say Mass Effect 3.
I'll say Battlefield 4.
It's a good one. You're not wrong.
I know. I've talked about this. Battlefield 5. You know what's weird is after I talked to you about it not being buggy, it's been nothing but buggy since.
Yeah, they keep fucking with things, man. They really keep changing things.
It's a very well. First of all, it's such a big game. It's such a beautiful game. It runs smooth when it does.
Yeah.
So I'm sure trying to do a small update can fuck everything up. So
Yeah.
they just got to work it out. I'm okay with it. One of the most frustrating ones is if it takes forever to get into a game, and then once I do, it loads, but the screen doesn't load. It's a black. I can't see anything, but you can hear my guy. I can throw grenades and everything, but the actual map never loads.
That's insane.
It's so frustrating.
That's insane. I haven't played in a while. Probably 2 weeks. That's a while.
It's easily my favorite game right now by far. I fucking love it.
I've been digging Mass Effect, man.
Well, I get
really
that.
have.
That's also an okay game.
That's fine. I haven't played it in a long time though. Like as far as getting through the entire trilogy, that's what I want to do. So I'm going through 1, and I really, really, really am looking forward to playing 2 because I've only played and beaten 2 like probably twice total. Just because
I've only played through once.
Well, but in the whole time that I've played Mass Effect, I played 1 probably like 10 times, and I played through 3 probably like 4 or 5 times. But I haven't really beaten 2 that much. And I know we complain about it a lot because of like the whole issue of having to stock up your ship and your crew by the end of the mission and everything. Like it's kind of annoying. And I felt like they took out a lot of the RPG aspects of the game. But I haven't played it in a while, so I'm judging it kind of just like the beer that I had. Like I hadn't had Booker in a while.
There's ammo involved. Fuck that.
That is like the most annoying change. Like going through the first one is, oh my god, it's so legit. And then once you get those like Spectre master weapons from the dude in the Normandy, like you're just fucking shredding everything. It's so good.
Whoa, in the first one?
Yeah.
I've never done that.
Yeah, once you get to I think it's unlocks at a certain level. You know, there's like a what's the word? It's like acquisitions. There's an acquisitions guy in the garage of the Normandy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it's at like a certain level it unlocks. There's like Spectre Master Gear, and each gun costs like 300,000 credits at a time, but it's like the stats are double better than everything else that you have in your inventory.
Double better?
Double better. I don't know how else to say that.
Oh, I thought you said double deader. I'm like, okay, Mopar.
Double dead didness. No,
dude,
they're like
triple annihilation damage.
No, they're like twice as good as everything you have, and it's insane. Like, and you just go through shredding everything. Like I got to Vermeer, and I just walk up to Gath and just like one-shotting everything with my like a pistol to the head. One shot, done.
I've played through the first one I think 2 or 3 times, and I can't get away from using the sniper rifle in that game, dude. It's so good, and you get to the point like halfway through, you're already one-shotting stuff, and you're like, why would I even use an assault rifle and get close to these fuckers?
I thought about doing that. Yeah, I hadn't played Sentinel in a long time. I decided to be a Sentinel.
See, that's the one that I do. I need to do bio shit.
Biotics, yeah.
Biotics. I've never touched it. I've always either done soldier or like infiltrator.
Oh, for real? Oh man. One thing I do love about the first one is that like your powers actually affect the enemies all the time. And they changed it where like if an enemy has his shields up, then a lot of your powers won't actually work until you take their shields down. But in this one, like even full shields, if you just use lift, they still fucking fly through the air. And the same things happen to you too. Like if they throw a biotic at you, you just like fall on the ground and you're crumpled there for like 5 seconds.
It takes about 22 seconds to get the fuck up.
It does, man. Fighting Matriarch Benezia is so crazy. I know, because all the Asari are just like throwing you on the ground. So good,
the first time I played through, couldn't beat her. It was probably close to 10 times. Like I obviously, I wasn't even rusty because it was my first gameplay. It was just so difficult. Second time, I blew her fucking brains out. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even fucking close. I thought, how easy was that? Probably because I was war scarred from the fucking previous gameplay where I'm like, this is the hardest thing ever. I got to prepare. And then I walk in and was like, blah, 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 done.
Yeah,
Get
man.
the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I think that's supposed to... that's like a big circle.
Yep.
And that in my first playthrough, I didn't realize like they're coming from both ends.
Yeah.
So this time I was just like, well, I'm gonna toss a couple fucking things over here and then fucking people up, and as they come, I'll ignite those, and then matriarch, there goes your head, and then now I can save a species.
Yeah, or destroy them entirely.
I will never pull that trigger. I can't do it.
I felt like a piece of garbage. I felt like a terrible human doing that. It's a game. I felt so bad. Like I've been trying. I'm going renegade, so I'm like, there's certain things I have to do just to get the renegade bar further up. I'm nice to some people, like I'm nice to Ashley, so we can bang later in the game and everything. But like, I just knew if I killed the Rachni, I get like 30 renegade points. I was like, I have to do it. I felt so terrible the entire time, and same with the Thorian on Pharos, the mind reading thing. Everyone's like, no one is being evil. They just have their minds read by this thing. Don't worry about it. Just like put some toxin in there and he'll pass out. And I'm just like, no, I'm gonna kill that fucking thing.
Wait, you can save that big Thorian thing?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought that the only thing you could save was the Ansari or the Asari that it mind controls.
Oh, that might be right. Like the colonists are infected. That might be right.
Well, so what happens is that Thorian you have to kill.
Yeah.
But after you kill it, because it's sending in Asari after you.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Asari commandos. And as soon as you get to the top and you kill it all, an Asari pops out.
Yeah, and she talks to you, and she's
like, "What's happening?"
I'm brainwashed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I fucking capped her. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. Yeah, man. But that game, that really makes you feel like a piece of shit.
Oh, it makes you think. It makes you think.
Everybody you walk up to is like, Commander Shepard, can I talk to you for a second? It's like, fuck off. Plus 7 renegade.
Hey, how did you feel about the last mission? I loved it. There was so much blood.
And then every time it asks you if you want to talk to the council, it's like, fuck no. I don't want to do that. Every mission recap, it's like, you want me to patch you through to the council? It's like, don't bother.
First of all, why would I waste my time talking? I want to play this fucking game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think to get like every single aspect of it, you really have to talk to everybody and like do every side mission and like unlock those extra dialogue options and everything. But yeah, I get to a point like I'm trying to do that. Like I really want to do every side mission just so I can get extra XP and all that shit because I want my shit to carry over to Mass Effect 2. But at the same time, like I'm not trying to spend 50 hours in this game. I've done that multiple times. I'm not trying to do it again.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting that I have no problem blowing an Asari's head off, but saving the Rachni, I was like, yeah, you guys can go. You're fine. I'm actually doing Renegade, and I did everything. I'm murdering everything, but I saved the Rachni. First of all, because if I do continue this, they help me in third game. They help me in episode 3. Revenge against the Rachni. Revenge of the Rachni.
Don't try it.
Yeah, because they do help you. It gives you a big bonus. Did you know that? It helps your galactic readiness like a fucking craze done.
Well, I was thinking about a craze done. I was thinking about that because, you know, the Reaper enemies they just like take over a species, and that's that one class of enemy. I was trying to remember, like, if you kill the Rachni in the first one, are there even Rachni left for them to take over in the third one? I feel like there has to be, like the Ravagers that are in Mass Effect 3, the ones that like shoot those like missiles at you. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
In Mass Effect 3, like you have the cannibals, which are the human deformities. The Marauders are the Turian deformities. You have those Ravagers that are like Rachni, like deformed by the Reapers. If I kill the whole Rachni species in Mass Effect 1, do they even pop up in 3? I feel like they probably loophole it. Oh. They probably loophole it somehow.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Star Wars.
Mass Effect Squadron. Oh, man. Yeah, there's not an insane amount of news. Glad that Resistance is going in a new direction. We talked a lot about Qui-Gon last week. Talked a lot about... obviously, I'm traveling, so I haven't read those new comics yet, but I do want to get those, and then we can go over that shit next week on episode 178. 8 or 9, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, I think this is 177.
Hell yeah, it is. But yeah.
This beautiful Star Wars fan film brings Hamlet to a galaxy far, far away.
Ooh, speaking of fan films, have you seen the Star Wars Theory, Vader, Shadows of the Past, or Shards of the Past, or some shit? Have you seen that fan film? It's been bouncing around.
I don't think so.
Oh, well, we have to watch that. We can talk about it next week.
Okay. The other small thing that I came across before we get into this Adam Driver news. What is this? Disney Infinity 4.0 concept video features Disney and Star Wars and Marvel in one huge universe.
Yeah. I haven't played those,
hard.
obviously, because they're like kind of kids games, but yeah.
Wait, let's see. It's hard to believe that it's almost been 3 years since Disney Interactive decided to pull the plug on its games division, as well as Toys to Life Disney Infinity franchise. I just lost my fucking... I don't care.
All right, journalist Mopar, let's go.
Let's get into this Adam Driver news.
Do it.
So
Fill me
I
in.
came across this today while I was... Guys, this whole show,
what?
the Star Wars news, is based off of searching Star Wars on Google and clicking news.
Not everybody can do that, though, Mopar. It's very difficult.
You got to spell it right sometimes.
War Stars.
So what I came across was on Digital Spy. I've never heard of it. It's called, the title is Star Wars Adam Driver reflects on 6 years of work on the sequel trilogy. Kind of the bonus thing here was subtitle, the actor reveals he had, quote, one piece of information of where it was all going. This was published today by Susanna Alexander.
Thank you, Susanna.
I don't want to read through all of this, but let's see. Quote,
Wait, so he had one big piece of information to reveal. Did he reveal it or no?
Well, no. No. He wouldn't. That's spoiler.
They were just saying that he had one piece that he was like, ooh, this is some juicy shit. You can't have it.
Yeah, basically, I guess from the beginning, he knew one piece of information.
Oh, okay.
And
kind
I'm
of
sure
like
it was
how
like...
Daisy really always knew who her parents were.
Well, I'm sure something along the lines of Kylo was adopted or something like, well, I don't know.
Something with Snoke or something with Luke. Yeah.
But one of the quotes was, with Star Wars, I had one piece of information of where it was all going, and that's where it has been in my head for a long time. And that's where it has been in my head for a long time. It reads weird. And things were building towards that, he told Deadline. He said, quote, it feels very theatrical, if anything. Which, that last piece, it feels very theatrical, if anything. I kind of took that as a negative. But like they're reaching. Like it has to be like, hey, look at this. But that's how I took it.
Is that what Rose does in the new movie?
Yeah, she was very theatrical.
Episode 9 is just like...
There's a couple other quotes here. Quote, it's been my second time doing something where it's lasted 6 years. What else did he do? Oh,
he was in Girls, right?
Yeah. He said, quote, I had this experience once with Girls where it was 6 or 7 years from the moment we shot the pilot to the very last thing. So I guess he went through the same thing where he knew it was going, where it was going.
Yeah.
He said, quote, with Girls, there wasn't really an end in sight, so it was fun to develop it as I went and to think about where it was all going. So I guess maybe it helps. I bet it's a great thing if you're directing a movie and you're planning on, let's just say you're Rian Johnson or J.J. Abrams. You're one of those two because those are going to be only two involved. As you guys are writing, you figure out, okay, this is going to be the big plot twist at the end.
Yeah.
It would be advantageous to say, hey, Adam, you are this. Or Kylo becomes this. Or and just and that's it. Well, why? No, that's all I'm telling you. So as he builds the character through his acting, he has that kind of in his mind, like that's
right.
what I'm aiming for.
Yeah, I love that, and that kind of goes against what we thought from day one, that because they have different directors and they're kind of doing one movie at a time, they don't have an overarching story. But hearing Adam say that, like he knew one small bit of information that was going to carry him through the trilogy, the new sequel trilogy, obviously they did. And the fact that Daisy knows who her parents are, obviously they set down a few things like, okay, Luke's going to die in the second movie, Adam's going to do this, Rey is going to do this. Like they did have like the major plot points kind of planned out, I feel. And that makes sense. The details are all kind of like changing and a little more fluid, but the main shit is there.
Yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to do is what we always do. Let's start theorizing here.
Theorizations.
And not that this adds a lot, but like, what could be that one piece of information that he had to hold in his back pocket that is like gluing everything together? And it couldn't even be like a large thing. Maybe it is something specifically to Kylo, which is kind of where I'm going. Like if it was a large scale thing where, I don't know, the Resistance loses. If it was something like that, I don't think he'd be talking about it. I think it's character specific.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I think it's very particular to Kylo and Ben Solo. Yeah. Yeah,
so
I mean...
let's start theorizing based off, and I want you to keep in mind, based off of his acting so far, what is something that you feel that he's like put into Kylo that maybe he wouldn't have, not knowing this information?
Han's not his real dad.
That's why he killed him?
I think that's why he always had a chip on his shoulder about Han.
So you're still saying he's a Skywalker bloodline?
Like if he was raised to believe that Han was his dad by Leia, but then he finds out that Han's not his real dad. He was adopted, or like Leia had an affair, or something like that. And he always has a chip on his shoulder about Han, like he's disappointing, like he wasn't a true father, blah blah blah. That's just the first thing that pops into my head.
Maybe that was why it was easier for Han to leave.
Yeah. Like maybe he tried to be a dad to somebody and he couldn't do it. Like maybe Han doesn't have any children at all. Like maybe he thought he could be
shit.
He probably is.
Maybe Han's a piece of shit as a dad. Like who?
No, he's a good guy. Kira is to say.
Well, yeah, but
Han's a good guy.
Well, smoke shows can do whatever they want. I guess
that's the first thing that jumps in my head, but I'm sure I can think of more. What do you think?
The first thing that jumped into my head was it's going to be something along the lines where Kylo is going to be like a martyr of some type for the good guys, where he's gonna do something, and it kind of fits into my theories already, so that's probably why I went there. That he's gonna do something to save either his mom or Rey, and it's gonna be go completely against the dark side teachings. Because what I feel like he's been putting in is those hesitation moments, those confused, confluxed faces, like in between what I have to do this, but like that's what he's put in. That like even when he had to kill Han, he wasn't happy about it.
Right.
He did it, and he did it with gusto, but
he was literally crying the whole time.
Yeah, beforehand he's like, even if I don't like my dad, or even if it like he's not, Han Solo isn't his true father,
right? He
still raised him.
Right.
You got to where you were because partly in because of that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that's it's maybe not. Yeah, I would say obvious. It's obvious that like Kylo is not 100% dark side. Like it's obvious that he's a bad guy now.
It's obvious.
It's obvious that he is obviously an obvious bad guy now, but there are still remnants of how he was raised, or Leia, or the light side in him. Like that line from 7. That's all you need to like clarify. I feel the call to the light. Like that's all you need to clarify. Like he wants to be dark side, but he can't because it goes against his nature, or he can't like fully commit or something like that.
When he says that, I feel a call to the light. Maybe there's just like a landline that says light side and it's ringing in the background. I hear the call to the light.
Thanks, guys. Episode 177.
I put him on silent. Block him. The light side.
I can't do it. Yeah. No, I think it could very well be something that he's planted in the character, or it could very well be something that's brand new that doesn't even pop up until episode 9. And we're going to see it for the first time in episode 9. But I love that he knows that. I love that when Daisy was ever asked about who are Rey's parents, she doesn't obviously say who they are, but she says she's known since day one. I like that those things are in their head for them creating the characters as they go through the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, I agree. Shinobi in the chat says the pull to the light side is the love for his mother.
Yeah, I mean, he did not pull the trigger in 8, so there's something that he feels for Leia that he does not feel for Han.
What if?
That kind of lends itself.
What?
Like if you were a true dark side savage, you just kill both your parents without even trying.
Like Sidious.
Yes, but the fact that he did kill Han, but he couldn't bring himself to kill Leia, I mean, that could just be like a difference between like their personalities, but it also could lean towards, you know, what I mentioned, that Han's not his real dad. So he was like, fuck this imposter, but I can't kill Leia. Just thoughts, thinking some thoughts here.
Not just the men, the women,
But the women and the children too.
the children.
Yeah. I'm excited, man. I'm very geeked. I'm like subtly geeked for 9. I'm not like waking up and thinking about it every day, but it's like as soon as somebody mentions episode 8 or episode 9, I'm just like, oh my god, there's so many things. There's so many things that are going to be closed up and wrapped and just like tied so perfectly. Like I'm so excited.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm sitting here like,
Star Wars. Yeah, what is it? Star Wars. I don't care.
what is this?
I don't care. What is it?
Celestial struggles. What the fuck?
Planet battles. Why? It doesn't make any sense.
We're here now. Why would we go out there?
Why would you try to battle them when you have a great place here? What are you doing? What are you thinking?
What are you doing? You can't even breathe
What are you
out there.
doing?
What the fuck?
can't even
Stay
do
down
it.
here. Shoot
Stay
each
over
other.
there. What are you talking about? What are you trying? All right, that's crazy.
We should never do that.
It's time to be over.
Time to be over. Yeah, I guess that's it. I guess I want to wrap. Nine's not far away now. 9 does not feel far away all of a sudden,
Well, 11 months, man.
which is reasonable. I mean, by the time we're going to hit Celebration. We'll get a trailer, 100% Celebration. I don't give a fuck who anybody asks.
That's why I'm most excited for this year for Star Wars, because like 11 months might on paper seem like it's far away, but we're gonna be so distracted with everything else that it's gonna go so quick. Celebration, we have the theme park, we have the new show coming out, we have the rest of Resistance, we have 3 new books, we have all the comics. Like it's gonna be a great year, and it's gonna move quick for Star Wars.
All right, what I'm gonna do here
All right, what?
is I'm searching 2019 comic movies. I want to see what the fuck.
Have you seen Aquaman yet? Do you see Aquaman or Spider-Verse yet?
No, we didn't get around to it.
Fuck. Okay.
It's definitely on the list, and I thought we might see one of them this weekend, but it didn't end up happening.
I more so just want to know what your initial reaction to Aquaman is.
All right, shut the fuck up here.
All right.
Upcoming superhero movies 2019 to 2022.
There's a lot next year.
Yeah, there's a lot this year.
That's what I meant. I keep thinking, God damn, I keep thinking next year's 2019. That is not true.
All right, let me just walk through this, and I'll hold you guys' hands. That's fine. Captain Marvel, which looks legit. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm fucking super hyped for it because I don't know anything about Captain Marvel, but fuck, I don't know much about Aquaman either, and I'm it's like that equal.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
Yes.
Avengers Endgame.
Yes.
What the fuck? I didn't think that was coming out this year. I
What?
thought that might be 2020. Yeah.
No, they pulled they did Infinity War and Endgame back to back as far as filming goes, and they put them a year apart.
That makes sense.
Yep.
One that I completely forgot about that I'm fucking hyped for, Dark Phoenix.
Oh shit! Yeah, I did forget about that.
Jesus.
I still haven't seen any of those X-Men movies, so I need to catch up, man.
Yeah, I would just skip the Ragnaros or whatever the fuck.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
Yeah, just go ahead. Actually, I don't even.
I'm saying
Spider-Man from Far Home.
Far From Home. Jesus, read.
Oh, I read it wrong. Hellboy 2019. Glass. Oh, the Glass is the one with
Sam Jackson.
Yep,
Yeah, it looks
that
good.
looks good. There's supposed to be a Gambit movie. Yeah, I'll pass on that. Sorry,
Wait,
guys.
really?
Yeah, it's listed here. I'm just looking at Google. It says Gambit 2019, Glass, The New Mutants, which we saw. Is there a trailer out for that yet?
Never even heard of that before.
Really?
I mean, I've heard of The New Mutants, but I haven't heard about a movie.
The New Mutants has 2 trailers out.
Oh, well, I am out of the dark.
No, you're in the dark. And the last one, which I say for
Literally.
obvious reasons, because I don't want to get a hard on right away. The Joker movie
Ooh.
is 2019, baby.
Yeah.
Now, is this DC?
Yeah.
Is it though?
Yeah. I mean,
You sure?
it'll say based on DC Comics characters, of course. But yeah, it's DC.
I'm not saying is it a DC movie, but is it in the DC universe?
I don't understand the distinction.
Well, kind of like where half of Deadpool and all that shit doesn't exist in Marvel.
Marvel. No, it is DC. Yes.
I think people are gonna low-key shit on this movie because Heath Ledger killed it. I am fucking hyped for this movie.
I think it's been long enough, and there's no reason they can't bring back the Joker. I still am disappointed that we didn't really get to see Leto's Joker at all. Like, I'm still sad that he wasn't given a true platform for his interpretation of the Joker, because it could have been great. I think that's my personal opinion, but I also love BVS, so I'm a fucking chill.
Well, no, we've discussed this probably a year and a half ago, where it was one of the Batman comics that I have, Arkham Asylum or something, where they actually went into the Joker's psyche from like a psychologist point of view, and they were talking about how he's such a distinct psychopath that every day he wakes up, he's a new, different type of person. So he could be the clown, he could be the anarchist, he could be the gangster, he could be like every day he wakes up, he's a new psychopath.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't sit here and say Jared Leto's not my Joker. Like he could be the same fucking guy. Like physically, obviously they're gonna be different, but that's why the Joker's such a cool character, because it's kind of that inner madness that we all have. It's just exploited almost.
Yeah.
That I'm so fucking psyched.
Yeah.
I love Joaquin Phoenix also.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah. Did you ever see that documentary that he did, I'm Still Here?
No, but I did see the Jay Leno, or not the Jay Leno, but the David Letterman interview.
Yeah. So back when that came out, we all thought it was legit for a few years when it came out. Like that he was at the lowest point in his life and, being a piece of shit. But it was obviously like he was in character the whole time. And him and Casey Affleck put that together. I thought back then it was genius. You should watch it.
It still is.
I just ruined it for you, but you should watch it.
No, I mean, it still is. I knew it was a ploy. Yeah, you could. I knew, whatever. But it's genius to do that, though.
Yeah.
To mix reality and a character.
Mm-hmm.
Then people start wondering.
Yeah, especially being on Letterman. That's almost like how Sacha Baron Cohen interviews people and acts like he's Sacha Baron Cohen. Borat.
Oh yeah.
Like, have you seen the Who Is America show?
Mm-mm.
All right, I'm not even going to continue, but you should watch it. But you'll have no reference for what I'm saying. But he interviews people, and he's obviously a comedian. He's in character, and he's acting like he's serious and being self-deprecating and getting them to respond to him, but it's all a joke. But they have no idea. The people that he's interviewing have no clue.
Like Dr. Stephen Brule.
No, not like that. It's not like that. It's not like that. Whoa, Shinobi just said the Joker movie is not in the DC movie universe.
That's why I was asking.
That's so confusing. What are they doing? All right, anyways, I'm done.
Because who's actually making it? If it's not DC, it's got to be, Sony?
It could very well be DC, but it's not part of the timeline of the DC EU. Which is where I get confused.
It's Warner Brothers.
Well, Spider-Verse is not part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's a whole separate thing.
Wow, this budget's actually kind of low. You want to guess the budget on this? What's the budget for BVS?
$5.
Couple more.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Let's see.
I have no frame of reference for movie budgets. I still love BVS. I'll sing its praises all the day long. I love it.
Whoa. So keep this in mind. Well, it's a bigger movie, but I get it. BVS 250 million. You want to take a shot in the dark at the Joker?
75 million.
55.
55, yeah.
So why does it already have an IMDb score? I hate humans.
I do hate humans so much.
It's gonna be shit.
When does it come out? When does it come out?
Release date October 4th, 2019.
Oh, so we got some time. Okay, cool. I was gonna say, yeah, we haven't had a trailer yet at all. So,
yeah, we haven't had an official trailer. I did see another release of the making, and it was basically showing Joaquin as a Joker, like running and shooting in the streets. It's just small, kind of like tidbit.
Yeah.
See, I kind of wish Star Wars would do that because it's
I do
fun.
too.
Like this has nothing to do with the plot. This is a scene we're not going to use, but this is kind of what we're kind of going for.
Right.
Kind of.
Yeah. No, that'd be dope. Well, shit.
Yeah, this Gambit movie's a fucking roll of the dice.
Nope. It's a shuffle of the cards, please. Come on.
March 13th. Oh, 2020.
I was gonna say there's no way that's coming out in 2 months.
It's labeled under 2019 under Google, and then when you look at the release date, it actually says 2020.
Well, Google
Channing
stock
Tatum.
just dropped 10 points.
Channing Tatum
Oh, I did hear that.
is going to be Gambit.
I did hear that. My initial reaction was like
No.
fake because I heard about the Gambit movie like 5 years ago. And I was like, there's no way that's still coming out. That must not be a thing. But I did see something about Channing Tatum. Yeah. It could be good. It could be good.
I guess hold on to your butts with this because there's like rumors that it's being canceled.
Yeah, whatever.
At this point, I'm going to be on the Ryan Reynolds train with Channing Tatum being Gambit. You don't have to have a fucking big name. If you just have someone that kills it, then why wouldn't you just do that? Why do you have to bring Channing Tatum into it?
Because Gambit, as far as like the general populace goes, is not a huge character. So I feel like they have to balance that with like a popular actor.
You don't.
I'm saying that's probably what they're thinking. I agree with you though.
Yeah.
Episode 7,000.
Good day, Galaxy. And actually, a side note, and one that I didn't say that was coming out in 2019 because I know nothing about, admittedly, and I've tried to watch these, is Hellboy.
Yeah, I was actually going to bring that up. That I love Ron Perlman from Sons of Anarchy, of course. But our buddy Eric Silvey, that we had on eventually at some point, said that we should check out Hellboy. It's actually pretty good. I think there's 3 now.
Yeah, I watched half of the first one and I kind of turned it off, and I wasn't balls deep, so I got to sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
But if you guys aren't familiar, it starts in I think World War II, where Hitler's trying
back
to dig
then?
up this
Jeez.
All
the way back then.
Yeah, before now. So it starts back in, I think, World War II.
Nice.
Hitler's doing some research. He's got some fuckers trying to find this like ancient shit or some rituals power.
Are you thinking of Captain America?
And it links together 2 worlds, and a child Hellboy gets spit out, and he's like the result of it. So
it sounds awfully similar to Captain America.
Except there's spirits and hell involved.
No, I'm talking Red Skull, like the first Captain America movie with Red Skull. Is that his name? Red Skull? Yeah.
Red Skull.
Anyways, doesn't matter. It's not important.
Captain Northern America, because clearly he doesn't have any ties to Southern America. Captain Central America.
Captain
Hey, fuck off. He just has a fucking stale tortilla as a shield. Believe me, Deadpool was laughing his ass off. Right?
By the pot of corn, you are vanquished.
You are vanquished. Fucko. Captain America.
He has a churro sword.
Skull. So maybe that was the thing. Yeah. So that's what I missed in not Endgame, Infinity War. I had seen Red Skull before, but I didn't realize where he was from. But he's on that.
That was a huge reveal.
Spirit realm world place with the Spirit Stone.
Yeah. That was sweet. Well, yeah, I mean, we have a lot to look forward to, though. Lots of fucking superhero movies. Lots of new Disney movies. Aladdin, Lion King, everything. Dumbo. Star Wars, obviously. So, yeah. It's going to be a good year.
Dumbo.
I'm probably not going to see Dumbo in theaters, but it's coming out, so.
Well, friends and family.
177 episodes spread over 5 years.
Yeah.
Not too
if you
shabby.
guys are fans of the show, we always do our one plug.
Patreon.
If you guys are fans of the show, 5 years in, we appreciate the support. Definitely go ahead on over to Patreon. We do have a page over there or an account or whatever the fuck. And a lot of the live fuckers as, let's see, we had Isaac Nelson in the chat, Shinobi, Patrick Hastings, Nick Kerner. We had a lot of fuckos. Huge fans of the show. Well, if they're not, I'm okay.
The main thing I would say about the Patreon is, like, if you're sick of trying to talk about Star Wars on, like, Twitter and Instagram and just getting shit on because Last Jedi for people that are annoying as fuck, pop over to Patreon. We have a group chat. Everybody that joins the Patreon is added to this. It's a lot of fun. We just share ridiculous, like, pictures and beer and everything with each other and talk about Star Wars without being assholes to everybody. So,
yeah. And we also do, we have one tier that's, you automatically get inserted into a monthly giveaway.
Yeah, which we will be doing next week for December, or for January. Sorry.
Yep, next week for January. And to give you a heads up, with the money, we were able to upgrade some video stuff, and we're doing some extra content for you guys. So, for example, Commander and I and Kerner and Zale, we're in Columbus all together, and we played the Sabak game, which was trash, but we made it work, and it was fun time. So we've got some lighting kits and new cameras to film kind of extra stuff, and we're excited for that. So that's kind of where the money goes. Also, it just kind of keeps us up and running. So appreciate all the help and support. I'm done doing that.
Good to go.
What did you have to drink today, Mr. Mander?
Brooklyn East IPA. It was standard as you can possibly get.
I had the Jai a la IPA from Cigar City, Tampa, Florida. I gave it I'm not a strong 3. I gave it a solid 3. It didn't blow me away, but it had nothing that, like, I had any issues with. It was just fucking great. It wasn't amazing. It was just great. So I was super happy with that. I actually, just on a side note, got into the UFO Winter Blonde, which was the blonde vanilla coffee ale. I don't know how many descriptions it has to have. Actually quite solid.
Nice.
Pretty fun. It's an interesting, pretty fun drink.
Great to hear it.
I've had enough.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Cheers.
God, I'd be so bad.
Jesus.
Oh my god. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, Rural. You literally logged in while we were ending. Sorry. That was what will be up, I believe, tomorrow. Commander usually gets the audio up on iTunes and all that tomorrow. All the rest of you are awesome. All the rest of you are awesome. Farm Boy. Reservations. Age of Mythology. Yeah, since I brought that up, I need to jump on that shit here. At least purchase it. Prepare my loins. Shinobi, Battlefield 1942. I've heard nothing but good things, and it pisses me off that I have not gotten into that yet. Pissed. I hear the rambunctious.
In 5 years of episodes, that was the worst it's ever been. Oh, man. All right.
Why was that the worst?
I just had to pee worse than forever.
Oh, I thought you meant it was like the worst episode.
Well, that was true, too. But I also had to pee.
Every episode that we continue on, it's going to be the worst.
It's gradually worse and worse. Oh, man. No, it was fun. I just had to... I almost died.
I almost died.
All right, well, fuck.
I was already yelling at the pissed.
At the pissed. Real farm boy, thanks for being here.
At the wrong time.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. We were early. Not much you can do. We'll be back for normalness. Normalities.
Yeah, it's normality.
You just said the same word. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers with the beer.